Welcome again to The Fat Kid Inside right here on our YouTube channel. So we know Christmas is coming up very quickly. The first food memory I actually have was from my grandfather boiling potatoes when I was like 4 or 3 years old, just with a little of salted butter from Brittany. So for me, that flavor profile is absolutely amazing. And I was checking on Google Trends, and a lot of people actually look for potato recipes around this time. So people are trying to figure out what are the best ways to cook it, and I'm gonna show you how to do just that. So the first thing I did was get a pot of water nice and hot. I added a little bit of salt. Here what I'm looking for is for them to rise a little bit and to start blistering a little bit. That will tell me is basically it's cooked inside and we're good to go. So now what we're gonna do is just drain it a little by leaving just a tad bit of water, and then we're gonna dry that out so all the salt that's in the water actually coats that potato. So when I have a little bit of water left, I'm gonna turn up my heat. And what's gonna happen is that water is gonna evaporate and all that salt is just gonna grab onto that potato and give me something nice with texture. And then we're gonna add a bunch of different flavorings into a pan just for these. We're gonna start with some garlic. So around 2 cloves should be enough. Then to that, I'm gonna add 1 small shallot. And finally, to help cook all of this, I'm gonna add a little bit of bacon just to really help me get all that flavor and to help confit those potatoes. So I think my potatoes are about ready. I'm gonna show you exactly what I was talking about. So what you got here is a nice blister for the potatoes. You have this almost powdery film on top of it. That's just the salt that's completely dehydrated. And these are basically ready to go. So I'm just gonna change up my pan from now on. Got a nice cast iron de Gruyere going here. And I'm gonna start it off with just a little bit of oil. So from there, I'm just gonna add in my garlic, my shallot, and my bacon. Everything goes into the pan here. What I'm looking for here is to really just caramelize that bacon properly, get some color on there. Then I'm gonna throw in my potatoes and just coat that with a beautiful bacon fat and just help them nice and crisp up. The sizzling sound of bacon always makes me so freaking happy. Once everything is nice, brown, and crispy, just how like we want it to be, we're gonna add in our potatoes here. And I'm just gonna toss all that in. You wanna make sure you don't bruise them too much because we wanna keep some of the integrity of the actual potato, but just look at that. Now, what do we need? We need my favorite damn ingredient in the whole wild world. Let's add a little bit of butter. 1 tablespoon of butter. Give that a quick shake. Now that, my friends, is the smell of heaven. People always ask me what would be that one ingredient that you could always eat forever and ever if you were in a desert island. That would be potatoes for me. Grew up eating them, grew up loving them, and with bacon, it just makes so much sense. So I've got some little spring onions here, and I'm just gonna add all of that here. When everything is beautifully coated and you got those crispy bits and everything, we're pretty much good to go. So I'm just gonna take my potatoes here, put it onto my plate. I wanna make sure to get all those small bits in there. Look at how gorgeous that is. And then we're just gonna finish it very simply. A little bit of sour cream goes right on top. So it's kind of like jacket potatoes, but not really. I'm gonna put that on here, kind of everywhere. It doesn't really matter. This is rustic cooking, people. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika just for that smokiness and that heat. Dash of that on top. And then we're gonna finish it. Obviously, always a little bit of salt from the top. And you've got this gorgeous, absolutely beautifully rustic side dish that you can put with absolutely any main course during this Christmas. Very tasty, easy to execute, but really perfect in terms of taste. And this is a glorious, glorious side dish that you can serve with any roast, any meat. It has some nice marbled potatoes that have been boiled and then toasted on a pan with a little bit of butter, some bacon, some chives, some sour cream, some paprika. Everything you want, trust me, during the season. I'm gonna give it a taste. I wanna get some of that crunchy bit in there. Hot. So good. Now, please do watch out for more Christmas recipes coming up. We're gonna put them right up, and you can just follow those links and make sure, as always, to subscribe to our channel. And I just wanna say to everyone out there, have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys really don't get too fat. Peace. So if I'm changing here, I'll talk to him. Okay. I swear, the sizzling sound of bacon always makes me so freaking happy. Sorry, I got confused. You were saying...